Broadcasting live from the bedsit. You can do cartoon. That's what I'm going by. Right, hello and good evening. For those of you who've just tuned in to the last live hangout, that was a sound test, but the weird night is going to continue. Yes, but now I've decided to make this sort of themic because this is apparently it's the Brit Awards tonight, so this is going to be a live reaction as well as rather a preview and education, because I'm not sure who these people are. I'm keeping on the view account because as this is live, and I don't think this is not age restricted, so if anybody wants to tune in, they can. As you can see, this is not in fact a bed sit. This is a studio, but as far as the camera angle is revealing, this looks like a sort of makeshift radio studio. We've got notes up here. So the notes that are going to be of importance, and of course, as I can see, look, I can see that it's sometimes tricky to get traffic. I can't see if there are any viewers, and my camera's frozen. So I'm going to be repeating myself a lot, rather. But so each time, if you want to skip past the part that is repeated, if you watch, of course, you'll be watching this as a recorded video, because all of these, get this into your head. If you're doing live hangouts on air, and you can have a hangout with yourself, hangouts on air are always recorded automatically, and it's amazing how many people don't know that. And of course, just to show that there's a free market, I am not being endorsed by Google in any way, but they're letting me use YouTube for free. It's free. So this is going to be a rather a sardonic look at the Brits Awards nominees. Now the Brit Awards are rather like the Grammys, except I assume I'm 99.999% certain that this is for British only acts. Even though I seem to remember they did some peculiarity, they've allowed non-British people into it. So that I'm not going to share the screen. Or should I share the screen? No, I'm just going to look at the screen. Voting. So this is going to be a sardonic preview, because I don't know 80% of the people. I'm not familiar with 80% of the people here. I've heard their music, attaching the name, attaching the music to the faces. So until I'm proven wrong, I'm going to say talentless. I've heard this sort of opening keys of their songs. Let's look at the names, shall we? Now, I think I'll give 1 point to the artists if their pseudonym or name, maybe it's their real name, if they don't have a single word name. If they have a name and a surname, that's the name that comes after the first name, for idiots, right? They'll get a point. They won't get a vote. They'll get a point. They'll get a point because the most presumptuous, the most pompous, the most pretentious thing that singers tend to do is, you have your Cher, you have your let's see, if you have your Elvis, but yeah, okay, Elvis Presley, but still becomes known as Elvis, right? Elvis has albums, right? But it's not. That isn't his fault. Any artist just has one name. Unless it's some kind of weird moniker that can't possibly be their name, right? Like Exaffle. I think there is one called Exaffle. It's pretentious as F***K. So as I'm going off on a tangent here. Even though this is all ages can tune into this, so for the moment this is going to be kept clean of swearing. So, so you have one called Anne Marie, and let's look at the names and the song titles. And these are the British Artist Video of the Year. Now that's good because as it's the video of the year, we can observe the videos. We can observe videos. I can observe videos. And has no reflection on the artists. Well, not much whatsoever, because it isn't their work. It's somebody else. It's cinema magic. So these are song titles. Ciao, adios, adios. Calvin Harris featuring Pharrell Williams, Katy Perry, who isn't British, unless he's got a British fucking passport. Clean Bandit featuring Zara Larsson, who isn't British. So I'm saying that my 99% certainty is incorrect. Dua Lipa doesn't. New rules, right? Very boring song titles. So you have the first song title. Okay, these are the video titles, the songs from which the videos to which the videos are recorded, right? Ciao, adios. Yeah, that's minus a star for presumptuousness because they're using a language that isn't English. Ciao, adios. Unless they're artists who aren't English and they're singing in English and the song titles are foreign in foreignese, then I can sort of say, well. You can say their presumptuousness is they're not they're singing it's taken away because they're singing, they're singing in foreign language themselves, so they can't really be blamed for having a song title in so what's the song title? Oh, Calvin Harris and blah blah. I haven't heard of Big Sean. Let's see what Big Sean looks like. I'm not going to show you any images. Actually, I might do, but you won't be hearing any music because that's copyrighted content, and I don't want a copyright strike. Big Sean. It would be absolutely hilarious if this person had boosted his career in a branch of cinema that is meant for a certain viewing audience. Big Sean. Big Sean, I recognise his face. Well, big may be in quotation marks, but I wonder why he's called Big Sean. Why is he called Big Sean? Sean Michael Leonard Anderson. Now, I'm using a computer that is isn't exactly top of the range, so I'm gonna have to close some pages. Right, so let's see. Why is Big Sean called Big Sean? Just because it sounds impressive. Now, if there's a looking at people's mannerisms, he seems like a nice young man, which leads me even more to think is it may be anatomical. But Sean Michael Leonard Anderson, born 25th of March 1988. Now that earns a point because not a millennial. That earns a point. I don't young man's or young woman's game. It shouldn't be. It should be like try the fire. So he may have been around the block. He's assume he's a black man or has some derivation. Clothing is sort of hip hop type. Kind of looks. How to say what I want to say? Dishevelled. He's sort of like somebody you'd meet down the pub or at the job centre, and he has around his neck 1990s about his attire. He has a white baseball cap, and the picture that I'm looking at. I'll just use words to paint pictures, right? This isn't a visual game. I'll use words to paint pictures. A picture in this case, right? It looks like his photograph has been cut out and photoshopped onto a background that's pretty ordinary. It looks like a, I don't know, like actually looks like his picture has been superimposed onto what looks like a job centre, like a welfare centre, as you call it in the US, I suppose. We sign on for, or even like a clinic. So that might be some evidence, or maybe evidence pointing towards the anatomical bigness. So Def Jam record signed with Kanye Wanker, Good Music in 2007. Def Jam Recordings. That's Kanye West. Kanye Wanker, as I call him. Def Jam Recordings, a hip hop label, sort of. And in 2008, Rock Nation. I haven't heard. That's ROC Nation. Rock, as in a huge bird. That almost earns a point, but it only earns a point if he created it. It may be an independent label. After releasing a number of mixtapes. About mixtapes? Wait, 2004 mixtapes. Who uses tapes in 2004? Maybe they do. Maybe people. I still use cassettes. I still have cassette tapes. You don't believe me? I've actually got some quite rare cassette tapes. You know, for your Killing Joke, you won't be able to read. Killing Joke, Willful Days. That's like 16. Yeah, that's 15 tracks. No, mathematics. 13 tracks, including the track that may or may not have ever so slightly been ripped off by Nirvana. And what is that song called? Yeah, you don't care. Right. So early life and career. Where does he get that name? Life and career. I just want to find out where the big comes from. So I'm going to presume that the big is I'm going to assume the big is ironic, right? Because I don't think we're going to find out why he is called Big Sean. Big Sean. But I'm going to give him a point for the picture, because I mean this in a very nice way. Looking like shit, or looking unemployed. It sort of is unusual. I mean, I don't think that rock stars should look unemployed, but certain like artists on the fringe become famous, and they're still dressing like shit. It's quite good. So let's Google it. Why is called Big Sean? This is not a homosexual webcast. It's not that. But it may have that appeal. And now, as you search for something like this, you suddenly realise that I shouldn't have rapper Big Sean isn't called big because he's tall. It's because he eats in his pants, and the Russian gun smuggler set him. Well, it's reputed. So this person goes around boasting manhood. Looking at the person, he doesn't seem to. I mean, in terms of stature, he doesn't seem to be very tall. So who the other nominees? Let's see. Clean Bandits featuring Austin, who's from Sweden. Symphony, boring title, no points. Dua Lipa, New Rules, boring song title, no points. Ed Sheeran, who's I suspect is a. I mean, in terms of performance, something boring music, boring performer, but he was in Game of Thrones, so that earns a point. That earns a point and a half, a star and a half, for being on Game of Thrones. I'd never seen him before. My parents recognised him. My parents recognised him from Game of Thrones, so that deducts half a point, right? Harry Styles, Sign of the Times. I like that song title. It's very rather depressing. That earns a point. So that's 1 point. 2 points. There's 1 point for 1 point for 1 point for so you have points deducted if the artist's name is humorous or enigmatic without being. It can be pretentious. It can be presumptuous, as in Big Sean, but it cannot be pretentious. So, is the name Dua Lipa pretentious? I think it might be her real name. It seems like a real name. It does also seem pretentious. It doesn't. It could not be. So I'm going to have that as a potential minus point. Ed Sheeran, boring, but has been on Game of Thrones, so it's his own name, probably. It looks like a real name. It actually looks like a footballer's name. So 2 points to him. 1.5 points to Big Sean. A name that made me laugh. Ed Sheeran's got. Ed Sheeran's may have 3 points because I like the song title. He's in the winning so far. In the list of information about artists, the poorly researched information on artists, and who will probably not prove me wrong. Harry Styles, that's a funny name. It sounds like a Viz character. That earns a point. that could be sort of isn't that a Viz character? Isn't that the character in Viz that has piles? Harry Styles has piles. That's Nobby's piles. That's an even better name, right? Sign of the Times. See, 2 points. It's a funny name. Name that's trying, but the name is also trying to sound a bit working class. So that loses half a point. That's kind of pretentiousness. It's kind of playing the class card. So that's 1.5 points. Jonas Blue, featuring William Singe, or was it Singe? Mama. Awful song title. I mean, my goodness. Names. Meaningless names. I mean, it is technically a surname, but it's a fake surname. So 0 points. 0 points to Jonas. And also Jonas's name, for some reason, seems to be. I mean, there's these words. There's like a connection. There's an association with words. Jonas, like the whale, and blue. It makes me think of a fat person. So is this a nickname? Is this? So let's see what Jonas. I know this is very superficial, looking at the artist's pictures, but I call this visual identification, like they do in MBTI. Like you can sort of intuit things from pictures, and I'm going to look at the videos as well. So I'm going to look at the videos without any music, and then I'm going to listen to the music, but I'm not going to sing. I'm not going to give you any indication of it, because even if I perform it, and fuckers out there, wherever they are in YouTube land, will give me a copyright strike. So fuck. Let's just check. Right, Eunice Blue. This is a new fashion of looking unemployed. It's like this jacket I see here. I've seen people wearing in 1990, and these are babies from these are sort of 90s babies. They were sort of born in 1988 to 1989, and I suppose to them it's like if I, I'm technically a 70s baby. If I was to sort of dress in clothes that were slightly mod, right? That's sort of what they're doing, right? It's really, they're dressing like this, they're dressing as they would have when they were kids. It's sort of like me. I'm going to go and look at my photographs. When I had like cum stains on my shirts, and I had an even worse haircut than I've got now, right? When I was about sort of 13 or 14, I would look at the clothes and I'll wear those. Actually, if I wore those, I probably would seem to be fashionable. They probably would look at those clothes and think, wow, that's original. That's designer. That's what do you call it? Vintage shit. But so looking at his picture, he doesn't look like a whale. Doesn't look fat, but he does appear to be someone who may have been fat. So that kind of has a funny connotation. So it may be that he was sort of admitting that, well, I'm a fat guy. I have a name. And maybe the fat thing has another association of being like good, fat, good, PHAT. First of all, another Viz name, a Viz comic. Viz, by the way, is a comic produced in the northeast of England, in Tyneside, around there, that has very adult content and very adult humorous content. It's a cross between a comic with not a comic like Batman and all that. Like it has like comic strips that sort of between 1 and 3 pages usually, right? But it also has news articles, fake news articles. It's a cross between a comic and what we used to, especially in the States, used to know as a supermarket tabloid. When there were these very cheaply produced. Are there supermarket tabloids anymore? Because we have the internet. Cheaply produced general interest magazines. So now apparently there are not, and I agree, there aren't any. Don't tend to be as many general interest magazines, but these were general interest magazines, and they would grab people's attention with stories that were absolutely as false as the Democratic Party's manifesto. So Jonas, the last we've got Little Mix. So maybe that's the what a name. Touch. Boring title. A name that's sort of not even really a name. It's not a name. 0 points. Unless I feel sorry for him, he or she. It's probably a he. Now when I typed Little Mix, in Google I got A Song of Ice and Fire. So it's Little Mix. It's it's a female character. A female character, and the person also looks very, very nice. Jeez. Among when I type this name, Ice and Fire. So she's taken the name from a Game of Thrones character. 1 point. Even though it might not set Game of Thrones character, it's a minor character. So let's do, shall we? I think yeah. I think I can play these videos. But it's going to be rather screens in this day and age. I haven't done this for a long time, so I'm going to share videos. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed them up, so I'll foil YouTube's copyright. And if YouTube decides not to allow this to be widely available, I will download the video and I will upload it elsewhere. And besides that, I'm going to use the audio for this for an absolutely terrible podcast. No, it'll be great. I'll edit it. I'll edit all of the obscure, all of the sort of nonsensical content, and it'll be all of 5 minutes long. So, cameraman, share screen. That's how you do it. Now, screen share, technical people, take note. Screen share has a habit of being rather bit rate heavy. So here we have it. Oh, infinite regression. Right. Oh God. This is a problem. If I open Google bloody Chrome, that means 2 instances of Google Chrome that are running. No, I can't do that. Sorry, I can't do that. I will not. I will desist. I will change cameras because I can. USB 2, USB. And you will now have me in absolutely fishing dire quality. So I'm going to up the quality because it's just, yeah. Here we are. Hello. So as you can see, this is not a bed sit at all. It has a view and everything. 2 viewers, 3 viewers. Hello. Oh, maybe I should be looking at the chat as we have viewers. 1 viewer. They were hoping for Brit Awards content. Well, I'm talking about the Brit Awards, but I'm not going to be playing any of the music. But I will be looking at the videos and giving my reactions to them live. So if the viewer choose an account, the viewer could maybe super chat where you give a monetary contribution for this fine content. Even if it's a small amount, I would be very grateful. Just the token would be for if you want consent. So I'm now going to look. All right, continue to Hangouts. So I haven't used this version of Hangouts Toolbox. Okay, with me that I'm doing this while I'm getting this to work. I'll sing a song. No, I won't. So apparently the nomination awards will be announcing will stop. This just in the case of keeping learning, we will estimate whether or not my criteria of which of these people are interesting or not. With the final voting, of course, the voting is unless the majority shoot themselves or shits themselves or something, or just absolutely so terrible that they could never in a million years be voted for. Now Now continue. We will look. You'll get live updates from me. Bits here. It's an this. Of course there are. It's a gambling event. If you have so far, use my predictions on the ridiculousness and pretentiousness of the artists' names, because that has a subliminal context, because the average person doesn't give a flying fuck about the Brit Awards. But subliminally they do. Subliminally they realise the ridiculousness and humorousness will win. So that's so if you win your bet, share your proceeds in the super chat. Needs my permission to start. I've given it my permission. I said continue. This is the thing, right? This Hangouts allows me to see your chat. But actually the chat, that's the chat here. Right, okay. Okay, right. So that was unsatisfactory, but they brought back Google Hangouts chat. So I can see people and I can see my one viewer. I hope isn't me. Yeah. So let's look at the countdown to the voting. How long do we have to vote on this? How long? How long is left? Oh, here we go. How long do we have to vote on? How long is left to vote on the Brit Awards? Vote now. Now, without paying for it. Vote for which Ed Sheeran has won. Music, don't musicalize the music. Quite high points for me so far. Just looks like everybody else on the street. But he's been in Game of Thrones, and he's won another point for not having a pretentious name, and a half point, almost no, 3/3 of a point, 3/3 of a star for having a soccer star name. Now, if it's his real name, I just can't believe that isn't his real name. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And also, he has about 3 stars. He has a rather bleak, sort of bleak. No, that wasn't a very good song title. But the bleakest song title was by Harry Styles, who has a very obviously concocted name to sound working class. Now, in the artist list, my goodness, how could I forget? In the artist list, there also is one called Sampha, who has no. So he's the British Artist of the Year, the British Breakthrough Acts. Now we're getting to it. Right? Oh, there's a camera. Hello. Now we're getting to it. We have. Now this is minus point. But no, I'm going to give this person point, even though it's a name. Dave, just Dave. So Dave. So Dave wins 3/3 of a point for just having it's one word name, just pretentious. But I mean, that's also a comic, a cartoon character, or it also makes me think of a certain comic character called Big Dave. Now, if you could change his name to Big Dave, that would be 2 points. So, Dua Lipa we've had. There's a person called Jay Hus, and that doesn't seem like a real name. So that's minus point. That's almost a single name. As it's a single letter and a surname, that's just ridiculous. Jay Hus. Loyal Kana. That's a cool sounding name. Half a point. Sampha. Pretentious artist name. Minus point. but they all win half a point because the breakthrough acts. Their breakthrough. They've struggled. They've struggled with all this publicity, all of the cocaine binges, all of the zoological orgies, all the things you can imagine, all of the sort of trips into outer space, all of the drugs, all of the snorting washing powder from the crevice of an unsuspecting person, all the pool parties, all of the throwing rather less than durable televisions from hotel windows, all of the I mean, what I know about the music industry, they're skint. If they're famous, they're skint because there's a thing that's musical artists. They have this thing called the 360 contracts. These are breakthrough artists, but no, these are all broke artists because they have to pay back all of their publicities. I mean, I'm sorry if they don't realise this, but unless the only way out the only way out is an overdose. Sorry. So these artists, I mean, if I had the artists on the left who look unemployed, and they may not have it may just be laziness that that style sort of, the sort of secondhand tracksuit, baseball cap without a logo on it wins a quarter of a point. It's sort of hip hopish. It's sort of just generic. But it fits some of them. It looks good on. It looks good on Big Sean because he doesn't have to announce anything because his advertising has already been taken care of. So that's all you need to do is to be born in 1990, be born in just in the late 80s, and to go to school until you're about 13. Record a little bit of music in your father's garage, and send lots of spread rumours that you've got a massive cock, which probably will be won't be corroborated. It doesn't need to be corroborated because you know what they say about BBC. So this has been awful. This will have to be censored to death. So let's see how long we've got to vote for. Vote for your favourite. Let's look at the videos, shall we? Let's look at the videos. Let's look at Brit Awards playlist. And just before, just got to do a little narcissism check. 2 viewers. Hello. This is a show. We've got 2 viewers. My God. And as we've got 2 viewers, I'm going to give you the high quality to see something that is a lot more. I'm just going to change to the studio. All right, here we are. But I'm going to be sharing screens, aren't I? No, come on, I can't see the camera. No, I've got to share screens, haven't I? Oh God, sharing screens. Okay, we are now supposed to be sharing screens. Sorry about this. So what I'm doing is so I'm going to select the screen share option. So you're going to see the videos as I'm viewing them. And still there are better options available. Cameraman, no. Cameraman. Your entire screen, right? So this is the most interesting part of the night. This is the infinite regression. And it's so sorry. That's all you're getting for the moment. And let's pornographic. Let's type in Brit. Or they watching. Thank you for watching. I mean it sincerely, putting up with this absolute shit, but I assure you, it's going to get much better, especially whether I'm going to use an algorithm. So with my comedic predictions fitting nominations. Brit was seen. Let's see. Nominees. Nominees performances, yeah. Performances. So we start with the performances, right? You aren't going to hear. You're just going to hear really visual, because I don't care about their music. Actually, it's quite likely some of their music is great, but Jay. So this is one of the of course it's starting with the thing. Yes, wearing what hoodie? I suppose you call it plaid or something. Quite a nice hoodie. I do. It's. I mean. I warm fusion clothing. Oh! I've got to make sure not to play it. I'm going to play it sped up. For the sake of not copyright, and also but I'm not going to. No, I'm going to slow down performance. I'll play. Oh God! I mean, apparently there will only be a year. Yeah, I have the same something that's as for the Eurovision. That's quite funny, isn't it? Yeah, the signification is second. Funny, as in me a giggle. Up to 0.5. Yeah, that's about right. And lower the quality considerably, because otherwise it would just oops. Mission. I did up a bit. He's appeared in. He's arrived in I call a, which is, if those of you don't know, it's what I remember as being the kind of choice of the middle to upper middle class people. And I'm going to listen to music sped up. Right, so I'm listening to this sped up, and it doesn't sound too slow. So it's like hip hop with a kind of Jamaican slant to it. So I know little to nothing about the backgrounds of these artists. They could be from Mars. Well, no, they're British artists. Uh, uh, yeah. Okay. I mean, to me, this is boring. This is boring music. But slow down, it might be fantastic. Kind of cool. He's singing in like Jamaican patois. The book called Oh God, History of I think it's Seven Killings in Mablings. Jamaican artist by a Jamaican writer, of course, and it was in patois. But I never had to trying to. I had to look at the. I had to look. What do you call this? Urban Dictionary. The words meant. Some of the patois was so I couldn't find, or I couldn't quite find the correct content. That's percent of the words. I'm not going to go into detail, but it's very a lot of very and words. And when you've read not that is text in when you've read 150 odd pages in a foreign language, there aren't any more many new words to learn. So if you can learn to read 50 pages of Hungarian, you can read the rest of the book. Liam, I think he much I voted. It will come back to me. I did strip that down. That wasn't for the video though. That's one of the nominations, I think. So I mean, in the winning. I mean, what? Video's not playing. Brit Awards, best single odds. But these are not my tips. These are tips. I've got two. The sun. Who swords and winner predictions as the heavy on graphics. Because I can't view web pages. The fact is that to broadcast through Google Hangouts uses a lot of bandwidth. Who was walk away with this? I don't like this. This is just. I'm not gonna. It's just. If the sun were made from toilet paper, it was it would be. It was justify its publication. It's horrible. The Sun. I mean, I don't know if they still have it, but I mean, if you want know something about the Sun recently, the Sun tabloid newspaper, and that's had slightly pornographic topless pictures of the lady inside. People would buy the newspaper for everybody. A stranger getting their breasts out. That's Elizabeth. I suppose it's good business sense, isn't it? Okay, awards. Who will win? I could even play some bet. Because it was what I've heard so far. That's a tenth, 10% of Bland. Though it was quite interesting. One of them was talking, sort of. So to understand, listen, some of these punk records, like the Clash, you can't understand. You can understand most of the singing, right? A new thing. Well, supposedly all of his own. Sportswilliamhill.com. They're so graphics heavy. Okay. Let's have a look. Right, a bit more spitting. Heavy. I'm going to close it down. All I want to know, all I want to see, are who they. And by the way, the comments I made, because like this, the audience, but I realised that there's such thing as what I said about cocaine binges and orgies, zoological orgies, was for the sake of humour. I do not wish to malign the actions of any of the artists involved. Howard, that's very nice. Zoological orgies. Let's see, Brit Awards. Bet £10 and get £30 in free bets. Fuck off. Now, if poor people who don't have very good lineup, Brit Awards. It's graphics crap. Graphics and all I want is the text. I want to know who are going to win, and it's probably a live stream, isn't it? Oh God, I don't know. So these are. I want to go back to my own odds. It's between the allegedly Big Sean and the other one, where his name was. Let's go back. Oh God, this is what do you call it? Calamitous. No. All right, leaving this one. I don't want to go to this site. Brit Awards odds, Reality Bites. Reality Bite. I mean, who is it? RealityBite.com. If it's to be broadcast, it is being broadcast through YouTube or Twitter sometimes. So come on. This is why they call it the World Wide Wait. I didn't realise until now. I had two callers up until recently. I'm not going off mic. I'm going to take the mic with me, and I'm going to use the power of. I'm going to use the power of modern technology, which I should have done in the beginning, to keep this up. All right. There's supposed to be a light on this mic that tells you when it's on. It is. Let's warm this one up, shall we? Yeah, do you see this? This is for this is for people who are very clumsy. You see, they say it's for children, but it's also for grown-up children. So we are. Come on, it's now. I need to start up. Starts up. Yeah, we are. It's on. I'm not showing the logo. Oh yeah, the logo. Monetary donations made to Nocturnal Podcasts Patreon. Thank you very much. This channel used to be called Nocturnal Podcasts. It will be again. I changed the title to You Can Do Cartoon because it's secretly, privately, I don't wish to admit, I realised I wanted to give something back to humanity by teaching people to draw cartoons. Then I realised there are a billion and one how-to arts channels, and I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy the whole thing. Oh, I'm drawing this and talking and drawing at the same time. It's enjoyable, but it's extremely tiring. It's too much multitasking. So let's go back here. So I can close that down. And now the mugshot view. Oh, just my hair. No. Let's change camera. Back to shit cam view. I'm going to have I'm going to find a way to have to have a subtitle under each cam. So here, actually, yeah, here, on the bottom right, you have camera 1, camera 2, shit. But this will be shit's cam, and the other cameras will be the other cameras. Right, so let's go on the internet, shall we? Please bear with me. I will not be taking very long. So while we're doing this, I'll give you a nice view of this winter landscape at night. I mean, this camera isn't that bad comparatively. It's just sort of laggy. I'm going to up the bandwidth somewhat. So it's going to be even more laggier, but clearer. Maybe I could just low. It's set to low. What can you do? I mean, I hope the sound. Look, please tell me if the sound is not up to standard. So let's see. Brit awards. Odds. 2 viewers. Hello. Peace. Love. Happiness. This is not a kitchen. This is a studio, in case you're wondering. So, it is a studio. It's not. It's not. It's larger than it looks on this camera. Brit Awards, betting odds, betfair.com. So who's going to win? Can Skepta complete? Skepta, we haven't seen yet. He's won a Mercury Award. He may win a Brit Award. I'm very close. And now we have One Direction fans to make history the winner. Calvin Harris is Suze. Right. So the odds, man. I want the odds. It's supposed to be a betting site. They get the odds to themselves, but the suggestion is that the favourite is Mr. Skepta. So I'm going to look at this. I'm going to look at all the videos, the Brits videos. I'm not going to show you any of them. So when I watch these, because you have the internet, have another browser window open and look at the videos yourself, so we can watch together. Skip. I'm not going to look at any more of the Brits. Any more of the Brits performances, because they're boring. Boring. So that's not what we wanted. Yeah. Skip on thing. Let's see Brit Awards video nominees. Brit Awards, Brit Awards video nominees. Brit Awards nominees. Brit Awards winners and nominations. 2017. No. $20.18. Oh, this is really bad. Okay. What's we got here? We have what we've previously seen. Heim on women in music. Let's listen to this, shall we? I don't know if she's included in this. So, Ed Sheeran performances in 2018's Brit Awards song. Oh, I can play a little of this. That's an arpeggio. Very nice. Oh, the very nice set actually. It's my goodness. You can never tell whether or not the set is real or whether it's CGI. But my bet is that I'm going to place a bet that isn't CGI. I can see there's lights in the background, and I don't know whether or not the lights for the audience lighting with cigarette lighters, whether it's part of the, or it's part. It's performers lighting the candles. My guess is that it's part of the set, but you can't tell. Boring music. But the person is really dressed in a, well, not badly fitting suit, or jacket. That looks sort of like something Michael Jackson would have worn. Just so not ordinary, but not extraordinary. Doesn't look like it has a lot of flexibility. The cuts at the waist is a bit short, but that's the style. And it's an enigmatic. Might call a pin or a badge, right? And I haven't been able to see what it is, but I'd like a close up of it, because could it be something like a reference to he is sort of not an extra part, a spoken part, a very brief spoken part, and singing part in Game of Thrones, in the awful latest season of Game of Thrones. And it would be nice to think that it's something relating to that. It looks like a sword going through a heart. And in the audience, all these like things, what look like these lanterns, but they're probably the lit up tables of the VIP guests, the only people who are allowed to be at the Brit Awards. Huck clings to the microphone, looking pained or impassioned. Very 1980s looking. Half the choir, who aren't really putting that much work in, look very, very 1980s. Considerably older than him. Female members are somewhat younger, but I would also guess are from the 1980s. They're sort of 30-somethings. And he may be as well. I don't know. I cannot establish his age. But boring music. Boring music. But it's subjective, isn't it? But boring, a different kind of boring. A different kind of boring. it's sort of music that makes you think, okay, time to get off the elevator. Whereas the other music was rather like it's music that is made for mainstream clothing retailers, you know. Little Mix Brit's 2018 interview. I don't want interviews. Anyway, let's see whether the nominations have come up, and whether or not our fantasy wager has proven to be fruitful. Now, I doubt their odds. I doubt their predictions. I think my predictions are far superior to the bookies' predictions. So Google Hangouts. Open up Chromie. Aha. Right. So show as tab. That's what you want. X. Right. Okay. Right. Radio clock. Oh, we don't want that. Let's see. Predictions of Brit's Brit Awards. And I'm going to pin this tab. And then I'm just going to go. I'm going to go, but I'll return afterwards with the next topic, which won't be the Brit Awards. It will be something else. Infinitely more infinitely stimulating as this has been. Brit Awards 2018 winners. And we can still vote, but you have to pay to vote. But you have to ring a phone number to vote for this crap. Watch the Brit Awards 2018. No. British Artists of the Year. Voting closes in approximately 000. The voting is off. Right. So this populist broadcast is just becoming more interesting. I'm looking at the pictures here. Fairly lesbianic. One of the pictures. Makes me sort of sigh. It's very like porn. It is kind of porn. It's tacky. Not an interesting kind of tacky. It's rather a dispiriting kind of tacky. Every single person looks very 1990s. Everyone. I feel old. Oh my God. I suppose the reason is that the majority, quite a few of them are from the 1990s. You know. Well, I think this has run its course, but I'll return later with the let's say the after show roundown, and I will repeat my predictions. Okay, I'm going to be doing these webcasts at a similar time. Please keep your eyes peeled on this channel, and also look for nocturnal podcasts on Twitter. And nocturnal podcasts will give you updates on the various guests. There will be guests. I'm going to say that the good majority of the shows will have guests, and And then the good majority have guests. Will be guests. We'll have guests, and there'll be other music nomination shows. There'll be sort of skeptical, rather sardonic reviews, and yeah. Well, if you just tuned in, I do apologise. You'll just have to watch the video. This will be recorded, so you can watch back, listen to all the highlights, and I will return in an hour or so. Okay, with the post show reflections. Okay, so thank you for viewing and listening, and for the moment, it's good night.